What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Stirfry. It's your boy, Chef T.
I'm Will the Spacekid.
And our special guest today is Mr. tREVON StANCE.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's up? How you doing? What's popping, my dude?
Man, I'm doing good, man. So what's popping is we got some new music on the way.
Oh, shit. Yeah, tell us a little. So you have he's a rapper, musical artist, and apparently has a new EP on the way.
Yeah.
So go ahead and tell us a little bit, like, what is it called?
I mean, all right, so it's called After Dark.
Okay.
So I just recently dropped my album, Midnight Confessions.
Yeah.
And so, like, you know me, I'm on.
Seen the video.
I'm on it.
You did?
So, you seen it?
Yeah.
It's dope. So, After Dark.
Like the color schemes.
After Dark, I'm dropping an EP, and I'm kind of just, I'm switching into a new mentality. Like, not a new mentality, new mode. I'm just...
Right. Okay, so you went Midnight Confessions.
And now I'm going to show y'all...
Now it's like the after hours part. Like, Midnight Confessions, like, you know, you went out.
It's the turning point.
Yeah.
It's a turning point. And it's like, now I done got the first one out the way. I'm ready. I see it. It's right there. And so, like, yeah, don't worry. I'm working on a Midnight Confessions too, but it's like, you know, I just want to...
But this is the after hours shit.
This is just this is where it's coming. I'm coming with it.
So, how long have you been doing music?
I started when I was senior in high school.
Okay.
And, like, that was just on some just lunchroom ciphers, little freestyles, you know, kind of like...
We all been there.
Like, everybody do that, but, like, nah, then it was like, you know, I made a diss track. That was, like, my first track ever. Made a diss track. And, like, it took off around all of my high schools that was in my area. We had 3. I'm from I went to school in Westerville, so, like, there's, like, 3. There's Central, North, and
Columbus,
South.
right?
Yeah, in Columbus. So, like, there's 3 of them. And I dropped it during lunchtime by like 6th period. All 3 high schools and heard it. And like everybody like, yo, that was dope.
The power of high school is crazy. We had this one 15-year-old rapper. Mm-hmm. Dude, he was just like telling us what school's like now, what these kids are doing now, because like, I feel like we're old. But yeah, we're old as fuck. Yeah. But no, but like, dude, the shit travels so fast.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's quick.
I miss those days, man. This podcast would have like hella
Especially,
viewers.
It's crazy because like, I mean, for us, it seems like we old, but it's like, it just seems like it don't spread as fast with us. Like,
everyone's doing their shit.
Everybody's moving on with their life. In high school, everybody right there. They right there. They right with each other. Everybody knows each other. So it's like, I don't know. It does spread a whole lot faster, which is why, like, hey, for musicians, you got to get the youth.
That's why you got to get young. You don't start younger. And if you want to start younger, make sure you're pushing out good stuff.
Exactly. Which I think that's something that I can say, like, for my career, like, my core fan base, they've been here since... You know, I was in high school, literally. Yeah. So now we still here. I'm really still rocking and moving just because of that. So like now I'm trying to make my next jump, but like you'll hear that on the EP though.
Yeah.
So I got a question for you. So when you do music, is it a reality or is it more so a character that you created?
That's a good one. I'm gonna just say this. It's both because at the end of the day, everything that I do is real. Everything that I write, everything that I say is real. They're all real moments. It might not be real in the present. Like, I might not feel those emotions right then and there. Right. But at some point in my life, I pulled that out.
Gotcha.
And, like, I wanted to make sure and get that down because I know I'm not the only one. Everybody's go through the same stuff, but it's like...
Well, that's the power of music.
That's the power of music. I think where the character comes in is the art. Like, for me, it's like, okay, yeah, I made these songs. They're hard. They reflect me. They reflect the people that's listening to it. But then it's like, how do I bring them to life? That's where the character and the creativity comes in. Yeah. So it's like, if you want to be a dope music artist, you got to do both.
Right.
Yeah, so, like, for me, that's kind of where it's at.
Okay.
So who are some of your inspirations?
You know what? Earlier on, you know, obviously, you know, you just start, you getting in and you just pick your favorite artists, you know. Back then, it was like the J. Cole's, the Kendricks, you know, the Drakes. Start listening to the old hip-hop, the Tupacs, the Biggies. And, you know, I've always been a student of the game. So, like, I've always wanted to go back, listen, and just learn. Jay-Z, of course, you know, that's the OG one.
I'm big on
But I think as I've kept moving on in this game, I listen to everybody, you know.
Well, I think it's good.
Yeah, I listen. And plus, I think it reflects in my music because I'm not making the same music I was when I was 17.
Yeah.
I'm not making the same music as I was when I was 19.
Right.
So it's like now I'm also evolving as the game is evolving.
Right.
So
but
I think
that's how it should.
right.
Yeah, that's how it should go. I mean, especially with how fast times are moving, how much like people's change and taste in music is evolving. It's always good to know what's relevant, how to stay on top of it, and just keep going.
100%.
At the same time, who right now do you consider like special? Like when you see them on stage, when you just listen to them in your headphones, you like, I got 1,000 songs on my phone, but this person, they got it. They got it right now.
Ooh, that's a good one.
They just got it.
They just got it.
I mean,
it's
cliche, but no, I'm gonna say Drake. Like,
Okay.
at the end, when he gets on the track, it's a hit. Like,
I feel that way.
he got the voice, he got the swag. Like he just got it. He's kind of mastered it. Like
that's like the thing.
He's very versatile. Like, and so at this point, he's kind of got to the point now where it's like, I don't know, anything that he drops, damn near is a hit.
So let me ask you this. So what artist do you think that has some of the same characteristics, but they're not as popular, and they're kind of like, you think they should get more recognition?
I mean, I would say, I will say, man, I've been, especially when I be at the gym and the radio been playing Roddy Ricch a lot.
Yeah.
And so like, the more I listen to Roddy Ricch, I'm more like, yo, that dude is nice. He's nice. I like Roddy. Like, and he could do both. Will I say he's like Drake? No.
Yeah,
but he's
but
definitely on a different. I think he has more Atlanta probably in him.
Yeah.
But like Roddy, I think. But I will say this: I think all of the artists in the game now has evolved to the point where they're rapping and they're using their voice
to win. Yeah,
they're using their voice. They're stretching their ranges. So whether that is singing or whether that's coming with some crazy ad libs or just everybody's using. I'm talking in this tone, but like when they get in the booth, they put like 5-6 different tones with their voice.
Well, because I think nowadays people don't want you to just be a rapper. They want you to be an artist. Like, you have to be able to kind of pull things in from a lot of different places and kind of connect, be able to go from rap, switch it up, and sing the same song. Or at least, like, throw some auto-tune on and fucking do a melody.
I think that's got a lot to do with just the attention span of people.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I think Drake kind of started that out, really.
That too.
The rap.
He kind of, that crossover.
Sing,
that kind of crossover. And once
he
did
didn't see
it.
that really much before.
It's like the blueprint. Like,
I think it's the experience. So not to kind of like disagree, but I think it's an experience. So even when you look at somebody like the baby isn't using a lot of auto-tune, but he's creating an experience. We watch the video. The video is crazy every time, and he kind of just really raps. I mean, he nibbles at ad libs, but it's not a lot of ad libs in the songs either. It's just the experience of him in the video, where you might got somebody else like obviously like a Rowdy Ricch, a Lil Baby, and a Young Boy. Like, it's a mix between auto tune, rapping. They kind of looking for as many ad libs as possible. So I think as long as you create that experience for people, you pretty much straight. You head down the right path.
100%. Honestly, it just comes down.
Everyone has their own. Yeah.
Just be you. I don't know how to.
Right.
It's funny because, like, even my management, they try to come, like, talk to me, like, okay, like, what is tREVON StANCE, the character? And what is, like who is tREVON StANCE? They always be asking me that. And I'll just be like, in the simplest terms, I'll just be like, it's me. Like, what you see is what you're going to get. But then at the same time, we live in a world where social media is another reality. A lot of people escape to social media because it's not their life. It's not who they are, or they follow the people that they want to follow because they want to be in that same type of world, that same type of life.
Yeah, I mean, so it's an escapism.
Yeah, so it's like, and that's kind of where like my Midnight Confessions is, and that's where the kind of character where it comes
touch on
out.
those kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's more like, and you're gonna start seeing it in my videos and things like that. Like the YouTube about to start going off, but it's like I want to invite people to be like, look, this is your world in a sense. So it's just like, yo, my world ain't much different from yours, but like your world, you can view it how you want to. But just listen to the songs though, because the songs are going to give you a feel. That same feeling everybody's has, but they're all different experiences. Everyone's had a first date. Everybody's had
some people haven't.
Oh, some people haven't. And the ones who have gone on a date, the ones who have gone on a date, everyone knows what it feels like to go on a really good date.
Yeah.
That's what slow jams was about.
Yeah.
It's just really meeting that girl that you really was interested in, and then y'all actually kicked it for that one time, and it was like, wow, you can always relive that moment back in your head.
Yeah, like we talk about this all the time on here, and it's just like it's all about relating to your audience, right? And like and creating that experience that will connect that person with the music. You know, like having that really good date, and that one song of yours just reminds me of that really good date that I had. You know, people can relate to that, and then also like social media, like if someone hasn't been on their first date, right?
Now they want to.
Yeah.
Now they like, dang, well, I want to get that experience, and that's just what it's really about. It's like
it could be a negative thing sometimes, but it could also be positive.
But the crazy thing is about that is like. I feel like a lot of people we dwell in the past, and I don't want to use the word dwell because dwell seems negative. Like we shouldn't be thinking about the past, but like that's what keeps us moving. That's what actually like keeps us moving. Like when things bad happen, now you know not to do that in the future. Now you know it's almost like you get your guard up. Once you get your heart broke, now your guard is up. You know, if your heart never been broke, you gonna walk around, you gonna be falling in love very easily on that one time. Like, so it's just like, I'll also make music that's real. Like I'm not Midnight Confessions is all about me being honest with myself, me being honest with my life, me being honest about my experiences. Like not everything is goody goody, but not everything is bad either. So it's just like, I'm just not afraid to tell it. I'm not afraid to tell it how it is. Exactly. I get that word a lot. Authentic, like soul. I get soul a lot. And so, like, that's the reason why, like, I don't know. For me, I just feel like I'm an R&B rapper because, like, it's a crazy classification, but it's like I really have a vibe and a soul in my music.
Right. All your music is very personal, and it's not like you're trying to be this, like, radio. You're making songs purposely to be played on radio, right? You're just, like, you're trying to relate to somebody. It's slow. It's more meaningful music. And I mean, that's like obviously who you are. You're trying to be authentic. You're trying to relate these, you know, events people are going through and things people are going through with your music. That's important, you know. And that shows the real you.
But at the same time, you also got to balance it though. You
have to have that.
You still got to have those. Yeah. You still got to have those bangers. You saw and After Dark.
That's it.
After Dark. Just wait on it.
So, what else do you do other than make music?
Other than make music, well, man, basketball is a real passion of mine. So I coach. Like,
okay, what do you coach at?
So right now I'm coaching AAU. I coach All Ohio Girls. So like, man, this basketball is a passion of mine. I don't play it really no more like that, but
just
coaching,
pick up games
like,
here and there.
Not even that, because I don't even be
Man, BG, you were balling every day. What the
That was in college, but like now I'm out of college. I ain't trying to go to the gym and go play with some 40-year-olds. Like, nah,
you don't want to join that
nah,
that's
not rec. That's not rec. That's me about to hopefully not get hurt. Like I'm not even trying to play like that.
AAU?
Yeah, AAU. So I coach them, but like during the basketball season, I also coached at Northland. So like Northland High School. So like
that's in Columbus as well.
I had a good network with my sister hoops at Charleston. So like she used to play for all
family of hoopers.
Yeah, like she do this. But you know I had to train her. You know I got it
She's
right.
gonna see this and be like, hell no.
Right. Nah. She know. But now she doing her thing though.
Hell yeah, that's sweet.
She doing her thing. But yeah, that's kind of where my passion is. So like, yeah, I don't just only do music for real. Like, yeah, I coach. I keep myself physically in shape. I love going to the gym. Like, basically, like I live life. Like I really do live life. I try to, go take trips. I eat out at restaurants if I ain't never been there. Like, I don't know.
So like you also do boxing, right? Is that
yeah. So like now, like, 2 days a week I'd be boxing, So
how'd you get into like that?
So I got a gym membership at the East End at Lifetime. And there was a boxer in there. I was just in the locker room. He was like, "You look like a boxer. You box?" I was like, "Nah."
Right. Yeah.
He was like, "Man, you should." He was like, "Man, do your wingspan." So I did this, and he was like, "Well, you should come to the gym with me." So I went to the gym with him.
That's raw.
And like I've been boxing. And I just sparred him the other day. He's a boxer.
Yeah.
He's a boxer.
He's a boxer. Been doing this shit for a minute.
He been doing this. But nah, it's really good though. It's all mental. It's all you. So it's like it's also a good way for me to escape. Like when I go into the boxing gym,
I couldn't imagine when you come out of it.
Man, I kind of the music. I stop thinking about all of that stuff. I just stay locked in, and I just I just do my routines, and I just stay in there. But when I leave, though, it's just my body is sore. Don't get it wrong, but it's like I don't know. Then it allows me time to refocus, re-energize, and now when I leave, I'm right back to the work.
Right. I think some people don't even understand how intense boxing can be.
So I would assume, with you training, going there, you got a different type of respect for boxers.
Oh, bro, I watch boxing, UFC all the time.
I'm trying to get into UFC. Like that's the thing I really want to get into.
Man, me too, just because I got long limbs. So it's like, but bro, the crazy thing is it's a different mentality, bro. Like you kind of really in survival mode. And really, it has a lot to do with stamina and fatigue. Because really, after like 2 rounds, I'm over here like, dude, I can't even keep my hands up.
But that one dude's up there. He's ready to go.
And he in your face.
Yeah.
And I'm too tired to even keep my hands up.
Right.
So it's like, but I got punches getting thrown at me. So what you gonna do? You gonna just keep getting hit? Or you gonna fight back?
Right.
But like that provides you with really good insight into life, I think. So what kind of stuff do you get out of boxing that you think can help you in music or that has helped you in music?
Man, I heard, I don't want to say the wrong person. It either was Gotti or it might have been Gotti. I don't know. I don't want to quote the wrong person, but I watched one of the, like a Breakfast Club or something. And like, I think boxing and what he said really correlates is like, there's 2 types of people. There's dogs who go out here and they provide for themselves. Yeah. They all here, they put food on their table. They go out here like they gotta eat. Or you got the ones that get the stuff handed to them. They get the silver platters. They eating good, but they always know their meals is coming. Right. The dog don't always know his meals is coming. So like it puts you in a different mentality of a hustle, of a grind, a different motivation. Like yo hustle and it's really training your mind to be like, if you want it, you gotta go get it. Nothing in life is handed to you.
Right.
Nothing in life's handed to you.
So you think
you shouldn't expect it.
Yeah.
That's the key. I think a lot of people especially with us being young, our parents are going to always do everything for us in their power. Like, most parents, I ain't gonna say all parents, but like, so a lot of times, we're kind of, we get nurtured into adulthood, but it's like, okay, now that we're grown, where do you go from here?
They're not going to be right there.
You're not always going to have a safety net.
Right there,
a lot of times we're always comfortable and we settle because we know we have a safety net. Well, how would your mentality be if you didn't have a safety net? Or if you be like, yo, if I really don't nail this opportunity, I'm back to square one.
Yeah.
You either going to nail it or you not. And so for me,
you're either gonna stand up or get beat down.
And that's what it comes down to, man. Yeah. So my camp is like failure's not an option. I say that with my camp all the time. It's crazy because like I ain't talking camp like in boxing. I'm talking camp in the music. That's one of my main failure's not an option. So it's like no, it's just not an option. I don't think about it. We gonna succeed. We gonna plan and we gonna succeed. Now I'm not gonna say every single time we get the best results, but everything's a learning experience as well.
Yeah, and it's so important to know that. It's so important to take those aspects that you're learning from that and apply it to music and everyday life because people just get beat down and they don't want to stand back up and keep going. They don't understand that the person that is the champion is the person that always gets back up when they're knocked down.
Key thing, man. Just watch the other fight. Dude, upset, got the belt. Came in the next fight, got knocked out. And they always say this, you got to stay the champ. You became the champ, but now you got to stay the champ. Can you stay the champ? Andy Ruiz, same thing. Like,
well, the problem is, like, especially within the UFC, boxing, is like, when you get that money, You know, because they're making millions of dollars, right? When you get that money, how do you stay with the same passion as if when you didn't have that money?
Exactly.
That dude that's hungry, again, like the dog thing. That dude that's hungry is gonna fight way harder to get that belt because they don't have anything.
They don't have anything, but now that you have it, what keeps you still motivated?
Yeah.
And that's what we was talking.
Find it. You have to find that too.
That's what we was talking about with people who do get their first deals.
Yeah.
And then after that, you don't hear nothing from them. I really just feel like at that point it's like we work so much hard because we just love what we do. At the end of the day, I love what I do. Same. I wouldn't do it if I didn't love it. But then what happens is once you start adding money brings pressure. Money takes kind of the love out of things sometimes because now it turns into a job. It's not a passion.
Yeah.
It's just not a extracurricular activity. Now this is like, this is what I live off of. So like I have to do it. It's not that I want to do it. And I think people lose the want. People want to be the champion, but then, okay, now maybe you worked out hard to be there, but now you are the champion.
Yeah.
What do you want to be next? And I think people don't set that next goal. Oh, well, I want to defend the belt.
Yeah. And they get lost in things have to be a certain way too.
Mm-hmm.
Who's to say that, for instance, I love making music videos, right? I love it. And like I was doing that this summer full time. But I started making music videos I didn't want to make, right? Or I started working on projects that I thought this isn't what I want to do.
Yeah.
And I'm only doing it because I want money, which isn't the right way, But then I found a way to be able to now do the music videos I want and the movies I want because I reorganized my life. And I'm like not doing as much, but I'm picking specific ones that I want to do, and I'm able to kind of nail down exactly what I want when I'm done.
One thing I also gotta say is, so boxing is also a lot different than like a lot of sports. So for example, if you play in the NBA or NFL, and y'all have let's say y'all got a 20-game winning spree.
Mm-hmm.
That day y'all lose, in most cases it's gonna be y'all lost. Obviously, if you're a player like LeBron or somebody, it's gonna be like
they're gonna put the blame on the best.
You know what I mean?
It's a team game.
You know what I mean? You might get narrowed out, but when you lose in boxing, you lost. You lost.
Yeah.
You lost.
It's your responsibility.
And especially, we see these different boxers that got they undefeated, whole world watching, and there's a crowd of people waiting for them to lose. You know what I mean?
People make Deontay Wilder.
It was crazy. I watched the whole fight.
That was heartbreaking.
And I was literally, I don't think you understand my disbelief. So it was like, going into it, anything is possible. But I was literally just in disbelief, my
thing was, I knew either outcome could have happened. I knew nobody was going to go 12 rounds. I knew that.
So I knew 12 rounds was going to happen. I knew that for sure.
I was just more like, if someone's going to get knocked out, it's gonna be Tyson Fury. It's just Now again with Deontay's, it was a towel thrown in. He didn't really get knocked out.
So this is kind of one of the things I was thinking. So I'm like, okay, Wilder weigh a lot less. I think he's gonna be able to float, and that just ain't happened. Flat out, that just ain't happened. I
heard something like he wore something before and it wore him out or something.
He tried to say something when he walked to the ring, his armor was like 45 pounds, and by the time the fight started, he was already just. I'm like, dude, bro.
I heard that. I'm like, dude, come on.
You're getting a rematch. You're getting a rematch anyway.
I'm gonna tell you like this. Listen, I watched it and it was real. It was real. It ain't nothing to sugarcoat. I seen it.
I really, it came down to, I really feel like this. Like Tyson Fury said, we got to make it a war. I think Deontay Wilder,
who won him?
I think the pressure. I really think he had an Anthony Joshua moment. When Anthony Joshua came against Ruiz, came to New York, came to America for the first time, I seen it in his eyes when he was walking down the ring. I said it when he was, I'm like, this dude is like, is he like, he's the champ. He didn't look like the champ walking to the ring. Now Deontay is being hidden behind the armor or whatever, but I really think all eyes on big money pay-per-view, he was not up for he wasn't ready for that big spotlight where Tyson Fury's been in those moments. Tyson Fury was ready to go to war. Tyson Fury was ready to be either knocked out or to go knock him out. I think I'm not saying Deontay Wilder wasn't ready for that, but I do think the pressure, then when he actually got hit, he never recovered because of the pressure. When the pressure gets to you, come on, like for a professional boxer, they have infinite stamina. They do this every day. So for me to feel like, dang, in a round 3, you get hit with something and you can't recover, same like Joshua. Joshua got tagged and he never recovered. That just makes it seem like, man, that pressure just got to you. And there's pressures in real life. Yeah, people fold all the time. Like,
but again, like what you said earlier, when you take a position like our music and you sign your label, you start getting money, then you start having to actually, like, people are telling you what to say, people are telling you what to do. Inputs, that pressure adds up. You start getting into, like, people start getting into drugs. You know, it's just like a ticking time bomb. And if they can't find that outlet and find their passion within what they're doing, then they're going to explode.
A lot of times, too, man, people don't understand, like, the word sacrifice. Yeah. Sacrifice isn't always like, oh, man. Sometimes sacrifice is like, hey, just because I can do it doesn't mean I should. Yeah. Like, you have to really make choices that's going to work for you. And a lot of times, man, the peer pressure, like, sacrifice means, hey, avoiding the peer pressure. Yeah. And that goes with everybody. I don't care how young you are, how old you are. Like, man, like, sometimes we gotta think about what's gonna be right for you. And if you surround yourself with the right people, they're gonna be thinking about you too. They're never gonna put you in that position either to have you do something that's gonna jeopardize what you got going on. Like, so like, it's just crazy though. But pressure is real. Pressure's real. I feel it. Don't get me wrong, I feel it, but I also say in my lyrics, when I feel pressure, that's when I know I'm about to be great. Like, that's when I know I'm actually about to make a hard track. That's how I know, like, I'm about to have a great, mind to mention. So, Come and See, the video you're talking about. The intro on Midnight Confessions was the last thing I recorded. I had strained my voice. So, I had the whole thing done except the intro, and I had a strained voice. So, I went to the studio talking to my engineer, raspy voice, could barely talk. I call my manager. I'm like, we're on a deadline. Like, you hear me on the phone. Like, I can't do this. Like, and I don't never really say the word I can't, but I was really like, yo, like, I don't think I can do this. Like, we might have to postpone it. Like, I need to recover my voice. He was like, bro, if you don't go to the studio and I don't care how you sound, just go put it down. I was just like, all right, man, let's do it. I went in there. I promise you not. I got in front of the microphone. My voice changed. It was crazy. Craziest experience. I'm not even BSing you. It was one of those moments where I realized after the session, I felt good after the session. Like, because I was like, wow, I just did something that was, that's like a real, how did I do this? Like, I didn't even know how I did it.
Because you're in control. You just proved, like, your mind was like, no. So you were just like, no.
So I was just like, I can't do it. But then when I forced someone to
push you, yeah. But then you sit back, you look in the mirror, and you're like, that was me.
That was still me.
I had that in me all along.
But I doubted myself. Yeah. I doubted my own abilities. And I'll tell you what, A Boogie in the Hoodie said that too. He started working with his engineer. He was like, bro, if you don't sing, like, sing. He pulled that out of A Boogie, and man, I shout out to my boy Mayday, man. Mayday, he my dog, man. But he basically main engineered my Midnight Confessions. One of the best mixing recording sessions I've had, I could probably say ever. Like, when I think he leveled me up, like, all real seriousness. Like, he made me get creative on my layers and all of that. And like, now it's crazy when you get someone that can pull that out of you, you get so much more confidence. Oh, yeah. That's why, like, man, people out here, like, man, we need more of that. I think we don't have enough of that.
I agree.
I mean, we have a lot of jealousy, selfishness, things like that. But, like, for real, you need some real ass friends that's going to really believe in you as much as you believe in yourself.
Yeah, I mean, that everyone needs that.
Everyone.
And they wonder why they're in a certain spot in their life because, some people just haven't taken the initiative to get the right friends, to be surrounded by the right people, positive mindset. The toxic people are just going to push you down and kind of, you know, fog your understanding of things and your mental, you know, your mental positivity. They're just gonna shut that down. You need to surround yourself with people that are gonna boost you up and be real with you, really. Not even necessarily boost you up like they should, you know, tell you how it is.
100%.
And those are real friends. You know, he could have been like, oh yeah, just come back.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's good. It's fine.
Yeah, bro. Hey man, we'll take a week. We'll postpone it. Nah, he was. But like,
he pushed you to because he saw it. He saw that was just a small example, but like he sees it in you. You know.
And hey, I always look at it as, let's say I go into that session and my voice sounded exactly how I thought it did, and like, turns out that track just wasn't good, and I had to, but at least I did it.
Yeah, you tried.
That's the thing, is about trying. Like you said, mentally, I was already ready to quit before I entered the ring. Before I even stepped into the studio, I was already ready to give up on that track, just because I was like, I can't do it. And that's where, like, man, that stuff gets to you, man. Like, you gotta believe in yourself first.
Absolutely.
Once you believe in yourself, you can convince somebody else to believe in you. And that's what's real key. So yeah.
So when is another time that you kind of faced adversity in like in a way like that, but more deep than not just a track, if you wouldn't mind?
I'll just tell my man, spring break 2018. I think 2018. It's been 2 years.
Okay.
Spring break 2018. First time I went on a big trip with my management, and basically we had like in order to go on this trip, I needed to make a track. So I made Bigger and Better. Once it got through, I was able to go on the trip. Once I went on the trip, we really had a real deep, and like, I'll say this, I got tore down before I got built up. And basically, it's by hearing harsh criticism. But it was real. But it was actually critique criticism. Like, you know, imagine this, when you think you're dope at something, but then somebody tells you, nah, dude, like, you got so much where to go. Like, honestly, you need to stop thinking like you got this all figured out. Like, if you really want to get to that next place, you need to listen and you need to, like, make changes. And you have to really level up. And that's what a lot of times, I don't think people listen and make those changes. People are so...
Well, that separates the average from the greats.
Yeah, like...
Think about it. If the really amazing and talented people are the most humble people, usually. Mm-hmm. If you're overly cocky, you're insecure. Mm-hmm. There's something wrong. You know? That humble person that thinks that they can always improve, and there's always improvement, is going to be better.
Mm-hmm. I mean, always can try to spot.
There'll always be those cocky people that are talented, but the hardworking people, the people that, you know, they're like, oh, dude, it's not good yet.
And the thing about it is, they're still confident. That's the difference thing.
There's a difference between
they're cocky and confidence, and it's like humble people. We're still confident.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, we're still confident, but we just are also true with ourselves. We're also like, I can still get better.
Yeah.
I can still get better. I can still keep pushing.
There will always be someone ahead of you.
Never satisfied.
And you should always keep working to get to the next spot.
Kendrick Lamar on Damn, the song called Fear. Basically, he was talking about that in his last verse, because he was talking about fear when he was at 17, 27. Yeah. Well, in his third verse when he was 27, his fear was losing creativity. I'm talking fear. Like, when he means by that, he's like, look, I didn't drop all this music. I didn't won all these Grammys. I fear that I can't get any better from here. Imagine when you look at someone like LeBron James. Look at all the successes he's had. And he's still with LA right now, still trying to go for another finals. Still trying to win another championship. Still pushing. Like, that's what matters. It's more about, like, yo. And that's where that pressure, that's where that, like, man, the realness comes in. It's like, come on, everybody has pressure, because I do fear that. I always fear, like, dang, what if I don't live up to what people think I'm gonna live up to? What if my music just don't go down in history? What if my TREVON StANCE just don't blow up like I want them to? Yeah. Like, what if? Those are all real scenarios, even statistically. But then at the same time, I look at it as people love to throw numbers at you. When I first started rapping, my parents was even like, especially my mom, she was like, you gonna throw away academics to be a rapper? Like, what? Like, you know the statistics? They'd be quick to throw numbers at you.
Yeah.
But it's just like, you know, we live in a world where seeing is believing, or when I hear it, when I see it, I'll believe it, rather than just wholeheartedly jumping in like, you know what, I'm going to support you, especially if you got a little skill, especially if you got some talent. You know, it takes people time to really tap in and believe, and that's why, like, man, you got to just keep going. Don't think about it. Don't think about it just yet.
Yeah, I don't know if you ever seen the picture of the guy that's like, I posted this on Twitter the other day. This guy, he's mining, right? Mm-hmm. He's mining, and he's just like this close away from getting the diamonds.
Yeah.
But he doesn't realize he's that close. So he gives up, walks away. But the guy up top, he keeps going. He got the diamonds.
And you know what's crazy? I've heard people always say, like, man, a lot of people miss out on their opportunities just because they gave up too quick. And it's just like, it's real. Like, you know, when you've been sacrificing for so long, you've been grinding for so long, you know, it's like, man, I always give this analogy. Being a music artist for me feels like driving through Kansas right now. It feels like I'm driving through Kansas. At the end of the day, I see California. I see the dream. I see the stars. I see the life. I see it all.
Yeah.
But like right now, I'm just looking at fucking cornfields and I'm just driving down the road. But here's what's key is that once I lose focus, I'm gonna be right in the cornfields. I'm gonna swerve off the road and be right in the cornfields. And then my career's over. That quick. Just by me taking my eyes off the road. Just by me losing focus, my career's over. But I see it. I seen it in the Kansas. I'm going to get through Kansas at some point. Yeah. And then now I'm going to start seeing some nice mountains. I'm going to get on tour. I'm going to be in front of 1,000. You know, things will start moving. But right now, I feel like I'm just driving through Kansas. But everybody's got to do it.
Yeah.
Everybody's got to do it. And a lot of people don't have the mental toughness to get through Kansas. Like, for real.
It's not easy.
It's not easy. That's what's not easy.
And especially when you're driving through Kansas and all these little pit stops and side streets.
Then
and
you get a flat tire. Yeah. You get, dang.
Oh, you get a flat, but then, yeah, you
I gotta stop for gas or...
Oh, there's a dope little city right in Kansas. We can just stay here.
Let me just stay here. And then
it's livable. I got a nice little
You start, then it's like, you know what, I've traveled long enough. Let me just settle.
Yeah. Then you don't even make it there.
The crazy thing is, though, some people make it through Kansas, but then they realize it's not a gold rush anymore. So now you're in California,
okay. And it's not what you think.
And people just not handing you. I've been in California 10 days. Ain't nobody hand me a record deal yet. So even when you do make it, you
still might not make it.
Well, this is where
you still got to keep that. I would say you still got to keep that work ethic, even when you do make it past.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, it's again like it's never enough. But also, what's the reason why you're driving through Kansas?
Can't lose sense of the overall mission.
Because, like you said, they drive, they get to where they want to go, and they realize this is not what they wanted because they had the wrong idea.
Yeah, once they got there.
Yeah.
Like, what do you should I always say this. You know me now. I actually have a schedule. Come at me like a year, 2 years ago, never had a schedule. I just wake up, do what I do. Now,
same, man.
My days are mapped out. My weeks are mapped out. My weekends, I know exactly. Honestly, I can tell you every day of this upcoming month what I got going on.
Yeah.
As far as the days that I write, the days I go to the gym, like I have everything down to a T. Now I don't have specific times, but I know exactly what I'm doing that day.
Right.
Yeah. But it's like now. Those are what is called, like, you're going through the short terms. You have your short term goals, your short term, like month to months. But you should always have an end goal. What is the end result? What do you want out of this? Yeah. What
not even what it is, yeah. What do you want out of it?
What do you want out of it? Like, okay, yeah, you could. And a lot of people focus on, okay, what does TREVON StANCE want? I'm not talking about, I want the rewards, I want the Grammys, I want the money. What does TREVON StANCE want? Impact wise out of this, like if TREVON StANCE is to hang it up, I want to be done making music. What's my end goal? What is it that I want to accomplish before I say okay, I'm done? And it's like it shouldn't be about money. It really shouldn't be about this. It shouldn't be about that because it's like if you really set something real, all that stuff's gonna come.
Yeah,
all that's gonna come. Because my biggest thing is like, I really want to be impactful. Like I really want to go down. Like when when I say like I want to go down as one of the greatest artists or one of a great musician, it's not necessarily meaning I gotta be the best music artist ever. I mean, as far as who tREVON StANCE is as a person. Like again, a lot of times you look at someone like Kanye, great musician. A lot of people don't listen to Kanye just because how he is now as a person. Like, I think that matters for me. It's like, man, no matter when you meet me, I want everyone to have a story about me. That's my end goal. Everybody that comes in contact with me, or if you never meet me a day in your life, but even when I just get hit up from a random girl in London I've listened to your song for 2 years. That right there, that's a story. That's a story. So one day, I want to be able to have millions of people have a story about me. And hopefully none of them negative.
Yeah.
For real. Like, hopefully not.
Yeah, I think we talked about that in the aspect of famous artists who died if they were legends.
Yeah,
and
that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, and like again, it seems like the legends are the ones that were impactful. The people that inspired other people. They didn't just use it as just for them to just blow a bunch of money, do coke, and fuck a bunch of prostitutes. That was pretty vulgar, but yeah, but you know what I'm saying, like,
yeah, though.
But
100% though.
That's what we preach so much is to go for the big dream, but realize that what's the reason behind it, and hopefully it is to give back, and hopefully it is to inspire, to impact, and to really push people to pursue their full capability that they have inside them that they have not reached yet or don't know that they have it in them.
100%.
I think the crazy thing about mentioning Kanye is we've gotten to see him trade impacts. So like, 1 second he was just Kanye West, the person that's making music. Another section of his life, destroying the fashion culture. Then it's like, I'm going to impact you guys with this rap group that I would debatably say Good Music was probably the biggest rap group 2012, 2013. 2 Chainz, Big Sean on top of the world.
Big Sean, that's my guy right there.
Then it's like you see him once again, even with the whole, taking on the church culture. Like, I don't want to say never been done, but I can't think of too many people at his social status to convert
service,
to that.
Man, that's.
And then he still has shoes. Like I've just seen him trade impacts. Like, I'm gonna impact this portion of the world, this type of people, and it's like he just keeps doing it.
He never gave up.
I don't know, it's just crazy. Cause I don't know, it's interesting to think like, what will Kanye be impacted in the next 5 years?
I wonder what 70-year-old Kanye will be doing.
And that's the thing is like, I mean, we all laugh when he says he wants to run for president, but if he does, what type of impact?
To me, it's not far fetched. So like,
I think he definitely run.
And my biggest thing is like when he gets on there and actually starts talking about the politics behind his like stances and stuff like that. Like, dang, is.
So I'm gonna be a little bit honest about that. So the only thing is, I mean, obviously he's black. So we've seen it happen before. We've seen it, but I don't know. I don't know the next time that we'll see it happen again. I'm just talking about in general. Hey, to be just real about that situation. But at the same time, him running, I can see him getting very close, just based off of money, other people investments of just interest. Also, at this point it's popularity competition. And then the crazy thing is after the popularity competition, electoral vote kick in. Yeah. But that's what I mean by close. I can see him making it literally like right there. Remember Kanye West was almost president?
Hey, I'll tell you
if
what.
everyone gets free Yeezys, I'd be down
to prediction.
I'm listening.
He doesn't run as a Democrat. He runs for the.
As a Kanye?
He runs. That would be create his own party.
Yeah. That would be something.
He's definitely going to be revolutionary somehow. He's going to figure out some type of way. That's funny.
He starts his own political party.
Yeah.
It'll stand for something.
I mean, I feel like he kind of already showed us that with the whole like Trump situation. To me, that was him. To me, that was him publicly telling us like he was a Republican. Like, whether it's a long speech for us to find on YouTube or something.
Yeah.
I feel like he basically told us,
Trump.
like...
He basically did. He knew what putting on that hat meant.
So him running...
He loves controversy. He loves it. So why not? And... I mean, let's look at it. Donald Trump loves controversy.
Oh, but he's a reality
star.
Yeah.
So like, it's definitely interesting
time.
man.
It's such an interesting time to be alive, dude.
But if I witnessed Kanye West even being close to president, let alone actually being president, I'm like, man, we're in a whole different age.
Yeah, could you ever imagine a time when...
I mean, that would also make Kim the first lady. It should be crazy. Like,
oh my God, I didn't even think of that.
Crazy.
That would be so wild.
I mean, they already kind of live that lifestyle, which is the thing they kind of already. I mean, not the responsibility lifestyle, but the lifestyle as far as every time Kim and Kanye go somewhere, they have to go with tons of people anyway. You know, Kim is riding around in a bulletproof truck as we speak right now, so they're kind of already somewhat used to the lifestyle versus somebody that went from mayor to senator to now you're president.
You see this dude walk through shows in Chicago, he'd be like. And they just be backing up. They give him a clear path. He just walks through crowds like.
So
it's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean,
it's crazy.
Going back to like the presidential thing, I definitely think that Kanye, they have to make a decision, right? They're like, okay, is being a president even worth it? We're rich as fuck. We have freedom. We can do whatever we want. But now as president, you have so much responsibility.
I feel like Donald Trump is seeing that firsthand.
Yeah,
I think he's full regretting him running for president.
It's all fun and jokes until like you have to make fucking
now you're
decisions.
Actually the president, and like the media's on your ass every single day. Every decision you make,
real shit. Like people are gonna die.
Not to mention
live, or
all the stuff that you now know.
I think Trump gets like a huge enjoyment of doing something that he said he was going to do.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, if we say we going to run the 20K marathon, at first we're like, oh, I'm going to come in first place. Yeah. I'm going to beat everybody out there. Yeah, and then you actually in there, you like, you at, 10K, you like, man, I low-key want to stop. Like, can I like cheat somehow? But you just like, I got to do this because I said it. Like, my enjoyment is going to be when I cross the line, I could say I did it. Even if I'm the last person, I could say I did it, somebody else didn't.
You know what's crazy? That touches on like a big thing that I always say is like, man, again, when you have dreams, man, try to get on top of the skyscraper. Don't try to jump on top of the apartment complex you living in. Like, at the end of the day, because guess what? If I fall short, I might be on the 125th floor, still looking nice. But like, if I fall short on an apartment complex, I'm still on the second floor. It's not a good view. So it's like I'm always a big like, I tell my manager all the time. I tell him like things that I want to do, things I want. Hey, if they happen, they happen. But I told you that's not the end all be all.
It's better to have big aspirations and be, I guess, and be let down.
Yeah, than be let down.
Than to never even know, to never try, to always devalue yourself. You should always realize that everyone has value. Everyone has value.
Everybody.
You just gotta find it.
Because everybody's different. Everybody's unique.
Try things. Like people just don't want to try things, And I think that's the most important things we can do, especially as human beings, as we're all figuring out this fucking crazy ass world we're living in. Is like try things. Mm-hmm. Put yourself in situations that are uncomfortable because you never know.
And my biggest thing: be great at your passion. Like once you actually find your passion. Now go to a different mentality of your passion. Now be like, oh, how do I actually be the best person at what I do?
Right.
Because then the sky's the limit at that point. I don't care if your passion is I print stuff on t-shirts. All right, well, how do I create a business to make everybody wants to come to me because I print the best things on t-shirts? Like that's where the drive should be. That's the American dream. For me, that's what I look at what an American dream is supposed to be. Like, you really go after your dreams wholeheartedly.
Yeah. And I think the craziest, scariest thing is sometimes you have to be first. Like, because I can remember, first. Not to keep, piggybacking on, the presidential situation.
Trey know that, be first.
But I can remember, being in the 5th or 6th grade, and I might hear somebody, whether we're at a barbershop or some type of function, like, oh, what do you want to be? And you hear like the kids like fireman or you know, somebody might be some police officer, and then you know somebody might say president, and then you know an older person,
everybody look like
you know, just because like it's a black kid, like I mean, well, you know, like something else, you know, you gotta have a plan. You gotta have a plan B because you know you just know how it is, and like as a kid, you know, we might not even understand like what is he talking about, like you know what it is, like you just asked us all like what do we want to be, and he said president, and it's like. Come on, you know, like, those things don't happen. I've never seen it happen. And, I mean, I'm pretty sure, like, you know, Obama had to deal with that for the longest period of time, even trying to explain that to family and friends. I mean, we seen the good parts of everybody, like, yes, we can supporting it, but what was it like the period before of, like, hey, I got this plan?
Even when he was just a senator and he just proposed the idea, like, hey, I should run for the president.
You ever watch Barry?
I'm gonna go against Hillary.
You ever watch the movie Barry?
No,
I stopped at Barry. I forgot what happened, but it was definitely a quality movie. Though, like the half I seen. This is interesting.
But that's a whole nother concept of like
you could be first. Like
you could be first, but it's this like connotation that things are impossible.
You know what I think in the simplest terms of what be first is like be in action. Like, really, if you think it, you know what? I just thought it. That was a plan in my head. Now let me just actually go do it. Like, I think a lot of times, we always think of great ideas. We always think of ideas. Yeah. We always think of okay, then when you have that thought, actually see, like, okay, now how do I actually do it? And then, okay, if you find out, like, dang, I just did all this research. I can't do this. Like, I don't have enough money, or I don't have this, I don't have that. All right, now it should put you in a different brain of thinking like, okay, well then what's an alternative? Yeah. To still eventually one day maybe get to this. So it's just like, I just think it's all about making moves. You don't always, I'm not the type of person nowadays to just tell people what I'm doing. Or like, I used to do that a lot. Used to do it all the time. And hey, what's going on, bro? Oh, yeah, man, I'm trying to do this, and I got this I'm trying to start. I got this I'm trying to boom, boom. I done done this research, and I always stop people all the time. I'm like, why are you telling me things that you're trying to do if you're already doing them? Yeah. That's the part, is like people's thinking is like, since they're not actually at the top of what they're doing, they think they're not doing it. You're just doing it. There's just levels to this shit. You hear it all the time, but you're still doing it. Definitely. People who are amateur boxers, they still are boxers. They're not professionals, but they train and box and they do fights to be a professional. So why would they say, oh yeah, I'm trying to be a professional boxer? They just gonna say I'm a boxer. It's the same things. It's like, yo.
But like they don't value themselves.
They don't value themselves. Like you're putting in the work and the time and the energy.
So my only thing is that I want to say all the people don't value themselves. I think it's kind of like an unconscious fear of what the person is going to say after they say what they say. So it's like, if I tell you I'm a rapper, oh, he about to start asking about the tours. He about to start asking whoever I've been on stage on. So people will take the easy way out and say, people take the easy way out and say, I'm trying to be a rapper. Like, oh, okay, so you just got your stuff on SoundCloud here and there, Apple Music here and there. You ain't a rapper. Okay, I got you. Cool. Yeah. To kind of avoid that conversation, which, dang. And it's crazy because I feel like it's an unconscious thing that people just do.
I don't even, real talk, I don't even think it's unconscious. I actually think that's a conscious decision.
Yeah, that is.
That might be conscious. You hitting on something. That was some deep. Because, like, that's real. Yeah. Because I correct people all the time. When they try to introduce me and they be like, oh, yeah, you know, he does music. I'm like, no. I'm a professional music artist. Correct that. Because, like, a lot of people say they do music. A lot of people say they rap. Oh, yeah, I make songs. But, like, no, I want everyone to know, I take my stuff serious. So, like, you going to take me serious when I say it.
Yeah, I said musical artist.
I know you did. You did. Yeah.
But no, I mean... But that was
I mean, it happens all the time. Even like how you know, you're a videographer. People like, I'm trying to be a videographer because they're trying to be, you know, Hollywood director, you know, for these big companies. So to them, it's like, I'm trying to be a videographer.
I'm not
I'm not there.
Because I'm not there.
I've dealt with that a lot. You know, it's because it's that confidence, you know, especially when you're starting things out, you're not as confident, right?
Yeah.
and you know you're not confident. You don't. You think you think you're good sometimes. You're like, oh, I'm good, and then you lose it sometimes. But yeah, like I'll be like, I'm trying to become this director, but then I look in the mirror, I'm like, dude, I am a director. I am. Yeah. I direct music.
Look at all the stuff that I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know another problem too?
But it's hard.
Some people are meant to skip local and they don't know that. So, you know, right now we live in Cleveland. So, you know, musically we would say like, oh, my song's on the radio, Z107.9 Cleveland. So I've made it to some people, right? And even when it comes to, you know, maybe you doing video, some people will say like, oh, I sold out this movie theater, therefore I've made it, and you've made it locally. But some people are not meant to do that. Some people, and that's not to, you know, downplay anybody that has that, you know, in the city. 100%. But some people are meant to skip that step somehow. Like,
or their impact is just elsewhere.
Yeah,
like,
you might be submitting your music to different people's emails. You skip that step, and your song then backtracks to the Z107, but it might start out in Atlanta. It might start out in New York.
Right, right. Or the other way, it's like people are only meant to become local stars.
Yeah, that's the thing. Some people are. That's it's it's crazy. It's crazy when you just get to thinking about it. So when some people feel like, oh, my song's not on Z107.9, my song's not, but it's not at that club downtown. The DJ won't even play it. Hey, that's not a problem.
It's not an end
That's
all
not
be
a
all.
problem.
Yeah. It's not an end all.
It doesn't define you.
It don't define
It's another. You know how many radio stations?
And you know what that comes into is we get so wrapped up about what other people are doing / their successes.
Yeah.
And that's why that happens. It's no different from when a person says, "Oh, I'm a hooper." You ain't no hooper because they see LeBron James on TV. You're not no hooper.
Or they see a guy on Instagram that's always at the always playing.
Yeah, like you're not no hooper. Or it's no different from you go to a regular gym and you're there every single day training, but people don't know you play overseas.
Yeah.
People don't know you play overseas, but they just think, oh, he ain't no real hooper because he wouldn't be here. Like that's another thing too. A lot of times people think these people are such stars that it's impossible for you to be a star because you're right here in front of me.
Right, so if you guys were here and I was in LA, no matter how I was doing, off rip, you would think I was way more successful. If I was doing the exact same thing,
literally,
you would say, "Oh my God, Ty's in LA. He's a director out there." And if I was doing the exact same thing I was doing here,
hitting it on the money,
it would be totally different.
Hitting it on the money,
definitely.
You're hitting it on the money. No, the perception
is crazy.
But I could be fucking over there eating fucking tuna, and that's all I got.
Dude, it happens all the time. It's people that they got like a simple.
People in Cali, a lot of them do that.
Yeah.
A lot of them do that. They either drive them nice cars, house got nothing in it. House is nice. They got the cars, ain't nothing in it. I promise you, in Cali, there's a lot of just flexers. Yeah. Lots. Because guess what? They're in Cali. All their people that they know or went to high school or whatever, they look on their Instagram, he's made it. He's made it. He's living great. He's made it. It's all about perception. Didn't I say social media is a perception game? Like
now life is a perception game now.
Now life's a perception. Now it's like, but it's like, what satisfaction do you get with being, I'm not going to say it's fake because you still have it.
It's comparison though. This is like the whole problem that we deal with this week.
We're just comparing each other. We're comparing. And that's the reason why we can't get past I can't give you respect because you're not in LA. No.
Yeah,
I respect what you do.
Yeah, like
I respect what you do.
So if I didn't see, if this is 1990s and people are making music videos for the first time, and all I see just like shit on MTV, and I'm like, dude, I could do that shit. I'm doing it, but like I have no perception of like all these other thousands of people that are also making music videos elsewhere. You know, so now I'm only thinking like. Just a small number, and I'm not seeing what they're doing. So what I'm coming up with, is my own thing, and I'm driving, I'm pushing. But now that you have all these things where you're comparing consistently, like constantly, and you're looking on there, you're like, oh, man, I could. I'm not good enough, dude. Why can't I do that? It works two ways. Either A, it can cause you to give up, or B, it can cause you to do better.
Yeah,
I've seen stuff.
Competition
where I'm like,
is.
You know what? I can't do that. I'm gonna
sometimes.
fucking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna make it better than this guy's thing. I mean, yeah, I shouldn't think like that, but it happens all the time.
I mean, it just comes down to it as if you're the only person doing whatever you're doing, then you're kind of setting the own blueprint. You're setting the own standards. So anything that you do is a first.
Yeah.
But when you're doing something that other people are into, now there's competition. It's no different like business. You know, like businesses, companies do the same things. You have Ralph Lauren, you have Tommy Hilfiger, you have Calvin Klein. They're all clothes.
Find your thing.
You have to find your thing that at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because they can try to replicate it. Everybody's going to come to me because this is my stuff. This is my lane. It's all about your lanes that you're going in. So it's just like competition is good. It's good. I guess it's good and bad.
Yeah.
But I think competition is good.
It's good. Yeah. If you have, it depends your mindset. People with maybe they have depression or anxiety, it can fuck them up. Mm-hmm. But if you have a mindset of hunger and you want to try,
it's going to drive you.
It's going to drive you. It just 100%. Really depends on who you are as a person. And I think no matter who you are, it does have positive and negative effects on all of us, I'm sure, in some way. Like, you probably wish you were in fucking, on the beach somewhere because you saw it today. You're like, damn, dude, I could have been doing that today. Mm-hmm. Man, if I could just get big, man, I could live that.
I think about it all the time.
And it can sometimes you're like, why can't I be there yet? Why can't I be there yet?
Patience.
Yeah.
Patience.
I'm sure, same with all of us. It's just, why can't we do this full time? I want to do this full time. Some people are doing it.
Or why? Why
do I have to go work?
I've been being here for 15 years. How this person been here 2 years and they got a promotion?
Yeah.
Like it's just life happens. But and you know what? In situations like that is hard. What advice do you give?
Yeah.
When you just feel like things don't go your way, how do you perceive life? How do you perceive how things go? Because me, I'm always a good vibing person. I'm always heavy confident. I'm always like that. And good things do happen. I'm not saying good things always line up my way. I have my stretches, but it's like, I don't know, for me, it doesn't affect me. But I'm not saying that doesn't affect someone else.
Yeah.
So then it's just like, what advice, and that's what me as a music artist, what advice would I give them? That's always tough for me because I always just be like, well, for me, it's just like, it's easier for me to just be like, look, I'm a rise up. I'm going to get through. We're going to always keep getting through. I've gotten through before. Look at me now. I look at it as for me, if I'm not dead, I can still keep pushing. Like, if I ain't take my last breath, I can still keep moving. Right. I can still keep working. I can still keep grinding. So, but that advice don't always work for everybody.
Yeah.
So it's tough.
Yeah, it is tough. You just gotta find what you're good at, keep up at it, and believe in yourself, and just don't stop, man. Just don't stop. But we're gonna have to stop now. No, I'm just kidding. No. All right, that's a good place to end the podcast. So I think that was great, man. Yeah, thank you for being on the show. You got, what is it, After Hours coming out?
After Dark.
I fucked it up.
No, it's so, hey, look, y'all. After Dark EP, I'm gonna go ahead and say, I think I'm dropping it on St. Patrick's Day. I'm gonna say the 17th is dropping.
Okay.
And
right around the corner.
Matter of fact, we might have a track drop tonight. I might drop a single tonight just to drop it.
Oh, shit.
So, we might have something, and it's gonna be Commander in Chief.
This actually, I think this is coming out on the 17th.
Oh, really?
So this Tuesday?
Yep, because Monday is the 16th.
Yep.
So, everything is
coming out today.
It's coming out today. Hey. After Dark EP, you better go check it out. Cause
where can they find you at to check it out?
Oh, you could tREVON StANCE, TREVON, tREVON StANCE. That's TANCE. You can find me on IG, YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify. Shoot, I don't really tweet, but you could go follow me on Twitter if you want to. But
make sure
you can find me everywhere though, for real.
Real quick though.
Yeah.
If you only get to advertise one song, what's the one song that you want them to listen to for the first impression?
First track.
First track?
What's it
Started
called?
with the intro.
The intro?
Nah, just started with the first track. I'm not gonna tell you what the first track
is.
Just play.
Just
play. Matter of fact, just go listen to Commander in Chief because that thing might drop. So That's gonna be a single out.
And also check out TREVON StANCE Trippin'. I shot it.
Oh,
classic.
Come on now, of course. Hey, classic. We got that on the YouTube.
That
Classic
shit is
video.
Legendary.
Bro,
my favorite video ever.
I meant to tell you. I run into so many youths, like when I go to like Easton and stuff, and like, yo, they watch that video, bro. It's hilarious.
Because that video was so awesome,
it was so dope. We got to do another one, 100%.
Of course.
But which I'm gonna shop some songs to you. We can get talking.
We gotta top this one.
Yeah,
so.
of course, 100%, bro. 100%. Matter of fact, I might have to invite you into the Midnight Confessions world. Let's get some Chef T in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the purples going. I like that kind of vibe.
I'm telling you, bro. It's about to get real.
So I'm down.
It's about to get real.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's get it.
Oh my God.
All right. Well, thank you for being here, man. And thank you everyone for watching and listening. It's your boy Chef T.
I'm with a Spacekid.
tREVON StANCE.
Hey. And keep it real. See you next week.
For sure.
Yes, sir.
Thank you all for listening and joining us on another episode of the Stirfry. All the music was created by Steve Ozell, so check him out on all streaming services at StEvo Music, spelled ST3V30 Music. Also, if you enjoyed this podcast, please go ahead and subscribe and leave a review. We'd greatly appreciate it. And see you next Tuesday when we talk with KB the Artist. He's a musical artist and just a cool guy overall. We talk about his music career and more. So see you next week and keep it real.